Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
It's cracking so much single target CC and damage follow-up.
But there is, on the side of FPX, great turnaround damage if you fail the pick, because someone like Addy has been used as an RE counter in the past. I don't think it's...
FPX are kind of acknowledging the way they're winning, right? They know that Milky Way is kind of the leading factor. Doctum hooked in the bottom side. Elk still has so much HP to work with as well. Doctum will go down. First blood for Elkanon.
Like, particularly with that first kill, you can snowball through this lane. The bot lane is not looking great in terms of wave states. They've pulled down Milky Way. Shun is here as well. 3v3.
It's an absolute scrap at the bot side as Shun goes in life. The target, he's already down. Milky Way trying to turn the play around, but Shun dashes away. Milky Way should be able to finish it, but Doctum gets the kill here. Stack taken by Milky Way, but a double kill for Elk. I don't think that's worth for FPX.
I mean, the extra stack for Kindred is nice, and I don't think they were making out of it there. So at least it's something back. But you're shallow hoop. Have some room to maneuver. Death Bush open. On walking into Milky Way though.
Oh, Doctum is almost one-shot charm across two as On will go down. Milky Way starting to fight strong and now looking for Elk as well. Shun moving towards the tower to meet his AD carry, but the root is going to land. That's bad news for Elk. Milky Way looking for a way into the fight with Shun. Re-engages now Knight on the backside of the play. Lamb's Respite already used as Elk flashes out. And I don't think anything more can come from this one. Milky Way is low though, and the Orbit Deception dodged by Milky Way. The Q comes through.
And the fact that Knight had his own teammates going into the bot jungle to know that it wasn't anyone going to be jumping onto him. Again, see that stack is now for Kindred instead. Bin, he is, yeah, he's putting himself into a bit of an awkward situation here. Milky Way looking to keep him under tower.
Great setup trade from Xiaolahu to chunk Bin out before the potential dive happens. Milky Way has the Lamb's Respite as well to make this dive work. As the wave goes under Bin, what have you got? How can you make this happen? Forces the flash out from Milky Way, but that is all he'll get on this play.
See on the bot side of the map though, no life.
Action because FPX like to push things forward, and especially in the mid game and the late game, BLG have made some uncharacteristic mistakes that quite often ended up
he wasn't really going to be teleporting into the play. It's on cooldown, but either way, Bin will benefit from this in the form of a tower. So
nice stuff for Milky Way. On in the area as Knight just charges forward. The charm is fantastic, and On finishes Milky Way with his own ultimate. Lamb's Respite doesn't even come on through. Doctum, the next target, has been flashes forward to get the stun. Care trying to turn it around, but the charm is there. Beautifully played. Knight was incredible with the flash charm.
So Xiaolahu in top side right now, pushing that for free. FPX still have control over River. You can see how important, again, it's all about vision control. FPX now trying to use it.
Card in, but the damage is already done. Shun gets into the Lamb's Respite though, and it actually saves him. Now Milky Way, the one in trouble, he's taken down. Front to back is the rest of this fight. And now Knight dives in, finds the charm of Xiaolahu, doesn't have the damage to follow it up. There's a gold card onto the top laner once more. The damage isn't really here for BLG though. They're getting this CC, but nothing else from it. Cleanse has to come out from Elk, as he'll have a blast cone to get out of
It's way too difficult. You have actually a lot of good follow-up damage from the side of the FPX's bot lane very early into the game here. He just jumps straight into his...
In favor of BLG, been doing a lot in that fight. Getting a solo kill basically onto Care. But speaking of Bin, he's found in the top side, taken down pretty easily by the side of FPX, and actually they can snowball this. They've got a Tibbers to tank the tower. They've got one Might to work with. I saw the tower was purple and I thought it was going to be more than one. Alas. But still, pushing power with multiple AD carries.
Yeah. Whereas on the bot side, you can see that mid-jungle from BLG have moved towards the bot lane in a turret. You can see that Elk has gone towards mid lane as well. The TF kills these towers. BLG potentially using the Lamb's Respite at points too. Themselves, them trying to group up again. They're trying to group up and stop the pick potential across the map, but can they stop this?
The knockup is there. Elk joins the play as well and dodges the charm. The CC
Knight
chain once again on Milky Way. Doctum chased over the wall. Knight will finish off life as well as he jumps further forward to get onto the backside. Xiaolahu desperate to carry the play, but it's just not happening. And BLG ace the FPX lineup. This is Milky Way's signature pick, and BLG have found the answer.
Runs away with the fight here. The game is over. They're trying to, again, punish the clump here of FPX. They're in the 5-man group they want, but they might get engaged onto.
Big chunk onto Milky Way here, on just tanking as he will actually go down. Milky Way this time gets a Lamb's Respite off, Shun in the middle of everyone, and now BLG collapse after the play. Milky Way down, Elk still going strong. Shallow who tries to get onto the enemy AD carry, but life slowly whittled down by Knight, who then gets to dash over the wall and sets up for the rest of the play. Quadra kill for Knight and a stellar Ari performance.
Quadra kill for the best Ari in the world. He walks. FPX have been torn apart at the seams. This pick combo from BLG has been so effective.
And one of the things I wanted to mention was BLG, when they have a lead at 15 minutes, late games with the decision making, it's been coming on through, perhaps having to fight back in games that maybe they didn't need to be quite as far behind in. But today, looking fantastic. And it definitely feels like On is a bit back on form, obviously in that fight ending up going down, but setting up the rest of his team. Yeah.
He's done his job. In the last couple of fights, he has died for the hook, which is landed. But the hook is the important part. After that point, well, whatever. What else does Blitzcrank do? Now the fight starts again.
Okay, on to Shun. Crescent Guard keeps him alive for a little bit. Dashes further in. But will just go down. So Shun overstepping a bit on this one, and a great pick by FPX.
This is something, but with low HP bars and the inhibit threat, BLG can still look to fight, you know, they got gold cards, it's a triple root.
Bin just brought the root into the rest of the team, and it baits FPX in. Milky Way down once again. The damage from Knight is insane in these fights. He will dash forwards, gold card is there, docked up the target, and finished off. This time the triple kill goes the way of Elk, and he'll look for a quadra as well. No, Knight denies it. 25 stacks on the Medjais, and that's BLG wiping the floor with FPX.
I think they heard us talking about how slow BLG had been playing. Oh, they've had some difficulties in closing out games. What about when they're behind? That was not in the question in this game. BLG have not come to win. They have come to traumatize in game one. Huge victories. Something like the Aatrox, he could have himself some big teamfight impact in a way that potentially he couldn't quite manage in that game.
FPX particularly sets up Milky Way in this game, does it? 3 pushing lanes for Shun to play. But for all out for World Ender here between our top laners. There's now Knight moving straight past the Grubs, straight towards this top lane. The Q3 lads, Knight's not even needed, just slides in and
Milky Way in a difficult scenario. And maybe that's how this draft sets up Milky Way. It gives him such a hard job that every win he does get, it matters more.
Oh, big damage in the mid lane onto On nearly goes down himself, forced to flash just away from the burn from Tibbers as Knight now trying to escape with his life, but life is behind him, and the knockback will land. That's a stun coming through, and Milky Way, this is his chance.
Be outnumbered by a jungle or a support roam, and Knight does briefly get caught out by that one. There's no smite for Shun, which means he loses the red buff. Milky Way jumping forwards and flashes forwards indeed.
Counter-Strike gets the stun as well. That's ultimate out from Milky Way, and that's a kill onto Shun. Fantastic bit of play from Life and Milky Way working together. Elk wants to capitalize, wants to get a kill onto this tree, but he's tanky. And Dogdom returning fire, but actually I think Elk is just going to 2v1 them. He chases them through the jungle and finds a kill anyway.
So Zeri looks at Smolder and says, well, whatever you can do, I can do better. I was the original pentakill machine in this AD carry meta. Gets himself a first kill, does Elk. It's very important. Knockdown trying to get the kill back, and he slaps him down. Like he's just poking his head in, just to make sure that he definitely sees them doing the dragon. He's got eyes on them.
I think they do want to contest this, honestly. Milky Way's in the area. Drake will be taken down, but maybe a fight anyway. The Tibbers finds one. It's another kill for Milky Way as Elk just kiting it out for now. Counter-Strike is down. TPs come into the play from both top laners. Bin, though, just ain't tanky enough. Oh, yes, he is! I take it back, Bin. He puts them in the dumpster once again. Shaola, who tried to buy space, as Elk 2v1s once again. The enemy bot lane just torn to shreds. The minigun. Either way, Knight gets out with his life.
So when you cast the Maokai ultimate, wait a second, why are you zooming in like this, Cat? No!
Oh, God, Care. It's a disaster, and the observers love it. Doctor now caught in the bottom side. And oh dear, we've got some diffs in this one, haven't we?
Yeah, I think all of FPX are going to need
the LPL.
It is very much not the... It's a comfort blanket in some ways, but not on the Rift. Wait, Bin is all in on the top side. He might get something there.
Milky Way's just gone in. 2v1, ignited and forced
Shallow
away.
Who?
And in the meantime, Shallow Who is getting diffed to the top side. Mid diff, top diff, bot diff. All the Milky Way will heist the Grom. Doesn't seem quite a good enough trade against that Drake though, does it?
The main thing is, They wanted to avoid a fight. We still don't have Ice Spawn onto Shallow, which is a big moment for that. Harold going towards bot lane. We've got mid lane going to get taken as well by the Static Shiv as well. BLG
for the time being. But I mean, the pressure just doesn't stop, does it? Oh, nice flash stun comes through from Milky Way, finding a potential pick there. But I don't think it actually stops the siege because everyone's so low. Dogdom can't really step up at all. Care though can. Flashes for the Tibbers. Didn't have the stun available though, so it's just a bit of damage now. Bin is behind them. Oh god, it's terrifying. This Aatrox just annihilating, but Milky Way survives. And actually, it's a shutdown. 1-for-1 in the trade.
Bit of a greedy flash. The BLG, they're doing their very best to not make this game about him. How does this start off? Of course, just a recall on Vision. We'll see that when we get out of the replay. Double teleport onto Shun.
Dogdom is not having a fun time. Gets solo killed by Shun. Might lose his life for this play as Knight just gets some damage down. And Shun trying to escape. He starts to wail on Care as well. But in the meantime, into the mid lane go the rest of BLG. The cross map comes on through and it's a tier 2 taken.
It is, so it's going to be 1-for-1 game. Now, Dogdown makes a mistake, he overextends. The double teleports do get one kill back, but those are globals they won't have. Now, Bin is getting attacked.
All right, opportunity on the top laner here. Gets a bit of sustain. The Q3 keeps him alive as well. Okay, the CC should finally be enough, but it takes 4 members. And it still feels... Shun jumps onto life. That's aftershock now for life. As Bin is looking to get into the play again. My goodness, look at them just tear through FPX. It's not even close. On will go down. Elk flashes away to keep himself alive. Milky Way tries to finish it and does. The ultimate, Grandmaster's might for the shutdown here. Milky Way is getting kills, but I don't know if it's enough because Drake is started by the rest of BLG, while Knight just corrals the remaining players on FPX.
Remember when we said this draft isn't set up for him to succeed? Like, he's trying, folks.
He'll always find a way. Milky Way. He's playing for a contract right now. That's going to be like
that kind of respect from BLG. They are not taking this in half measures. They're going to start firing down this Baron now. Goes down low.
You know, you're looking for silver linings when that is the positive for FPX. As the fight kicks off, Baron already taken, and there goes Care. Elk literally just kind of 1v3 on the backside of the play, forced away, but in the meantime, the rest of the team takes down Milky Way. He can 1v4 on his team, but not against 4 of BLG.
He can certainly try, and Milky Way blows his flash in that attempt as well. Much harder for him to have any kind of last gasp now with the Mountain Soul, with a 10,000 gold lead, with waves building up. BLG are very much poised to end this series. It was a series which everyone was excited for, and even though it's likely to be a 2-0, it has delivered in terms of excitement. As Bin and Knight, the solo laners of BLG, go forwards.
Massive chunk on Dogdom from the Q2 there from Bin. This will be a mid inhib. I don't think they can push for the end, to be honest. Milky Way's back onto the map, but they can maybe look for 2 inhibs. Wave arriving in the top side. Milky Way wants to go in here. Stun just onto On, though.
The ults.
The roots will land. I don't think that this is something they can follow up on, but they're going to try anyway. Life starts the fight off as Shun finds so much space for the rest of the team. And Elk is just charging up as Bin obliterates once more. Triple kill on the Aatrox. My god, what a game from the top laner of BLG.
He's had a bit of a weird split. It's not necessarily the Bin we knew from 2023, but every so often you see games like this and you're like, that is the top laner we remember, as FPX falls 0-2.
Well, the Phoenix, it may be fire, but it's also flying, and the lightning from Bilibili is super effective. Fantastic series from BLG. 2